Alright guys, YouTube says I'm live, so I must be live. YouTube never lies, right? Welcome into the Howdy Tech Show. This is just a little live stream that I put on every week here, or pretty much every week. Pretty much every week. Every once in a while I miss one or two, but just kind of Q&A. We go down through the questions, comments, concerns been put on or left on the video for the past week. I do have a few topics for today, which I haven't done in a while, but there's a few topics I'd like to talk about in today's show. Also, talk about how well the channel's done, or how bad the channel's done. Then we, here lately, I use it as a good reason to get in some gaming time. I normally don't get a whole lot of time for gaming, so I have been using it for gameplay. It's, like I said, I missed last week. Sorry about that. Friday, I was actually reminded that I had a wedding to go to last Saturday. So I ended up having to cancel last week's show. Maxter 1878's in the house. Welcome in, buddy. Hey, Dave. Been a while. Hope you had a good time at the wedding. Yeah, it was pretty nice. It was a pretty nice wedding. It was my brother's wedding. It was his second time getting hitched. So yeah, we had a pretty good time. It was nice to go out and hang out with the family for a little bit and catch up with everything that was going on, So yeah, it was a pretty nice time last weekend. They picked a bad day to get married because it rained the whole time, but I guess that happens when you try to plan things in months in advance. Hope everything's going good with you, Maxter. It's been a while. Appreciate you hanging out with me this weekend. At least you coming in and saying hi to me. There's a few disclaimers I throw out at the beginning of each one of these shows for good reason. Number one, I do enjoy me a cold Budweiser while I do the show. So there is drinking involved of alcohol. Cheers to y'all. Hope the weekend's finding you well. Cussing, I don't have the best of language. Every once in a while, the cuss word may slip out. I try to keep it to bare minimum, but it does happen from time to time, especially if I'm in the middle of gameplay. But I try to keep it to bare minimum. If the drinking or the cussing offends you too bad, maybe it's ain't the right live stream for you. I throw that out there. I hate to see anybody leave, but it happens, and my lifestyle don't really fit in with everybody's taste. When it comes to the English language, it is my first native language, but I still ain't real good at it, especially some of these YouTube handles you guys get. I do try to pronounce them the best that I can, but every once in a while, I slaughter them pretty bad. I try my best to pronounce them and to say them correctly, but sometimes it gets kind of funny listening to me try to pronounce some of these names. But I do try my best with it. I try not to butcher them too bad. Overclocking, which I don't think I have any this week. I do a lot of overclocking here on the channel, and people ask me, I have these particular components, what can I push them to? I don't know. It's the fun of overclocking. And if I have the exact same components you do, mine may overclock better, or mine may not overclock as well. It's called the silicon lottery. It is a true thing. Maxter, yeah, all's good, just at home watching football or soccer to you. Got a week off coming up, so looking forward to spending time with the family and playing some games. Yeah, family time's important. It's important to make time for family. Like I said, me and the family don't get along we don't see a whole lot of each other, so it's kind of nice hanging out with the family last week. Watching football or soccer to you, huh? Yeah. Playing some games when your day's off. There you go. What kind of games you planning on playing, or what kind of games you like to play, Maxter? There's, like I said, there's a couple articles that I ran across that is worth mentioning in the stream. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time in the articles this week, but there is a couple articles. And then we also get into what's coming up on the channel. Sorry I missed a video yesterday. I thought I had one already uploaded for yesterday, and I didn't, and so I didn't get one up yesterday. since I've been off from work. I've been doing two videos a week plus the live stream, and I thought I had one planned for yesterday, but apparently I didn't. There wasn't nothing that went live. I want to apologize for that one. But let's flip you guys over here, and we'll start going down through these comments, questions, and concerns here for the week, or the comments. Like always, you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you can watch them live, throw them in the chat box, and I'll take care of them the best that I can. Help you out the best that I can. There we go. I think that's going to look pretty good. We do have quite a few comments and questions this week, just for the simple fact that I ended up missing last week. So we do have we do have a few of them this week. Started out Fallout 4 again, so we'll try and get through that. Fallout 4, that was a pretty good game. I never actually personally got to play that one, but I've watched a lot of content on it. It looks pretty fun. I never did get to play that one. Let's see here. 1 week ago, we have Steve Valbrier, I guess we pronounce that. How to update the BIOS on the Gigabyte B450 Asiahorse Pro. He says, thank you. It served me a lot. Greetings from Argentina. Well, I'm glad I could help you. I want to thank y'all for the support for the channel. You know, the ones that leave the comments, the ones that watch the content. You know, there's a lot of you come in, watch whatever I put up, regardless if it applies to what you're looking for or not. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the ones that leave the comment. The ones that throw a little bit of money my way while I do the live stream, appreciate it. You know, people that buy stuff from the merch store, which links in the description. I want to thank you for all the support. You know, just by you guys watching the videos, liking the videos, sharing the videos, you know, it supports me in a big way. I really appreciate it. I want to thank y'all for what you do for the channel and helping to support me. I used to say something like that in between each comment, but it gets awful repetitive when you get 20 or 30 comments you gotta go through. So I'll do it now, and I'll do it again when I get done with them. Next here, we have Blake Stilly. I guess the way you pronounce that. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450 Asiahorse Pro. Exactly what I needed. Thanks, man. You're welcome, man. We have Core 98007. How to overclock your Ryzen 3600 on the B550 Wi-Fi on the Asus B550. It was great. I was looking for educational film like this. I'm glad I could help you with that. We have Devin Abayanker. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450M DS3H. Thank you from India. I was having a similar motherboard as you have shown in the video. I have the Ryzen 7 2700X, DDR4, 8 gigs of RAM, 30,000. But by default it was running very slow at 2133. I have slow speeds, and after 3 years I came across your video, which helped me to raise my frequency automatically by tweaking a setting in the easiest manner. And now, sir, my RAM is running at 3000 full frequency. Thank you again and again for making this video and teaching in an easiest manner. Well, you're welcome. Glad you enjoyed the video. I'm glad I could help you. We have Mary Claire Golany, I guess the way you pronounce that. Sorry if I'm butchering that. How to update the BIOS on the Gigabyte B450 Asiahorse Pro. Do I need to update the BIOS for the Ryzen 3 3200G on the B450? No, it should be just a slot and play. You shouldn't need to update it for that particular CPU. It's actually a good CPU to keep around if you can update BIOS if you need to. That's basically what I do with my Ryzen 3400G I got, or 2400G I got. Let's see here. Next, we have Little End. 1 week ago, how to update the BIOS on the B450 Asiahorse Pro. Says, thank you. I went from F51 to F62C. Trying now. Worked perfectly. Blitz. Corsair, I guess we pronounce that. I'm also at F51, can jump versions to the latest. Yes, I think it's anything after F40 on that motherboard, I believe. You should be able to jump straight up. I'll have to check back into that before I answer him. But you should be able to go from F51 all the way up to the latest. B450i. Let's see here. B450i. Amazon Gigabyte. There we go. Now that's the motherboard. Let's go into support. Where is the BIOSes? The BIOSes. There's the BIOSes. Now he's on F51. F51. I haven't got an F51D. You must follow the steps in detail in BIOS 40. But yeah, if you're on BIOS F51, you should be able to go all the way up to 62E. You should be able to go straight up to the latest one, buddy. Let's see here. Next on the hit list, we have Tarika Tome. How to install NVMe M.2 drive on the Gigabyte B550. Thanks, man. I want an explanation about the BIOS Gigabyte B450 version 2. I don't have the version 2. My Gigabyte B450 was the original one, not the V2. And when you say, you know, if you want an explanation on the BIOS, depending on what part of the BIOS you want. I had somebody else ask me about doing that a while back, probably a year ago or so. And to cover everything that's inside of the BIOS, you're looking at probably a 4 or 5 hour long video. There's a lot of different aspects to the BIOS. There's a lot of different things you can go in and tweak. A lot of the BIOSes, you can actually go in there and hover over top of them and they'll tell you what they'll do for you. To do one video on the explanation of the BIOS is going to be a pretty long video, and I don't think a whole lot of people don't want to sit there and watch somebody go through a BIOS in depth. I mean, it definitely take some time to do. It definitely take a long video. Like I said, I don't have the V2. I have the original B450 from Gigabyte. So I doubt if I'll be doing that one just because there's so much content. If you could narrow it down and tell me what you'd like to know about the BIOS, maybe I could do something particular like that for you. But I ain't gonna sit here and do a 5 hour video on the BIOS of a motherboard. It's just, you know, there's too much information to cover. It'd take too long. It'd be too long of a video. You know, if there's any one particular area you'd like for me to cover, you know, maybe I can do something like that. But I can't do an explanation about the whole BIOS. There's just too much to it. Let's see here. We have little and again 1 week ago. How to update the BIOS on the Gigabyte B450 Asiahorse Pro. Dang, I have to fix all my settings, overclocked settings. Yeah, anytime you update your BIOS, you will have to go in and reactivate your XMP profile or any overclock you had on your CPU. And of course, once you update that BIOS, it may act completely different. What you used to overclock to may not be the same with the new BIOS. It's something to kind of keep in mind when you do that. Let's see here. We got McDrew 1 week ago. How to install Windows 10 on the NVMe SSD. It's a nice video, Dave. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. We have Rain-X Solex, I guess we pronounce that, on the Asus Prime B550A Wi-Fi motherboard. He says Bluetooth. I actually had it pulled up, but I must have, let's see, B550. Now, which one is that? The B550MA. If you go to Newegg, where's the Newegg listing for it? There it is. And you scroll down here, you go under the specs. It does have Bluetooth. There is an asterisk beside it. It's Bluetooth Vision 5.1. I'm assuming that it will be compatible with earlier Bluetooth capabilities. But to have the BT 5.1, you're going to have Windows 10 build 19041 or later. Oh, excuse me. To have that, the 5.1 function. But it should work with the other Bluetooth functions that, of course, I think at 19041, I think it's been out for a while, so most people are going to be running that. So you should be good to go. But yeah, it does have Bluetooth on it, bud. What else do we got here? Here's the next on our hit list. We have Minutia, I guess we pronounce that. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B550M DS3H motherboard. He says, thanks a lot. Greetings from Turkey. Well, greetings from the US of A. Glad I could help you out with that. We have Loka of Rokastain. Cooler Master Box MB311L ARGB airflow case unboxing overview. Oh, the motherboard standoff's pre-installed. Oh, it's been a while since I did that one. MB311L MB311L. Let's see if we can get a picture of it here to see, but I can't remember. I believe they are, to a point. Most of them come with them somewhat installed. Looks like the motherboard standoffs are installed. You got the three at the top, you got one there, you got one there, you got one down here, and you got one down here. So that's pretty well custom layout for the micro ATX motherboards, which yours may vary depending on your motherboard layout, but it does look like the standoffs are pre-installed. Like I said, it's been a while since I did that video, but I believe they are pre-installed. Like I said, it does look like they are set up for the micro ATX. But yeah, I'd say that they was pre-installed. And if they're not, they come in they come in the bag that comes with the case. You just need to screw them down in. You know, you usually have to have pair of pliers, or me personally, because I do it so much, I have a socket that actually fits mine. But yeah, by looking at them pictures, I'm gonna say they was pre-installed. Like I said, it's been so long since I did that video, I really can't recall off the top of my head, but I think it was. We got ReZero 5 days ago. How to overclock your Ryzen 5 3600 on the Gigabyte B550. Yes, I need this information. Now I can overclock my Ryzen 5 3600. I'm glad that I could help you with that. And I hope your overclock goes well for you. Next on the hit list, we have Jeff, the Leafs fan. I was on the AK Racing Course Series EX gaming chair unboxing and assembly. Just purchased this chair. It hasn't arrived yet. One of the reasons I decided on this chair was because of your great review. I'm about 6 foot tall and 215 pounds. I feel your pain. I used to race enduro stock cars on the short track oval about 60 miles north of Toronto, Canada in the 1980s. I even have some videos about my racing days on my channel, but now I guess a racing office chair is about the closest I can get to racing. My beat up old body can't handle it. Yeah, I understand that. When we get older, our bodies can't handle what we used to be able to handle. It is a pretty nice chair. I've been using it a lot here since I've been off work. I think you'll be pretty happy with it. 6 foot tall, 215. I'm about 6'1", well, 6'1" on one leg, 6 foot on one leg, 6'1" on the other leg. I go about 230 pounds, 240, depending on how much junk food I eat and how much beer I drink. But it does me pretty good. It's held up well. It's been, what, 9 months or so since I've had it. It's holding up well for me. It seems like it's well constructed. Who else do we got here? We have Lozing Michael. How to update the BIOS on the ASRock B450 Pro 4. I noticed that the RAM frequency dropped from 3600 to 2133 before and after the flash. Could you just set it right up, or was there any problem regarding that? No. It goes back to once you flash the BIOS, you have to re-able your XMP or any overclocks that you had, because it does kick everything back to stock settings. Just use your XMP and you should be good to go. Should be no problem with that. If not, set your XMP and cut back your timing a little bit if you had to. One of the biggest things with updating your BIOS is you get better RAM compatibility. So yeah, once you flash them BIOSes, maybe I need to start putting that in them videos. You know, once you flash your BIOS, you have to reset up any overclocks that you got. That's RAM overclocks, that's CPU overclocks, anything in that line. We have Ace 3 days ago, $600 entry gaming PC build of 2020 in the Cooling Master. Cool video, Dave. I'm actually thinking of either a B550 DS3H or a great B450 motherboard about the same price range. This is because of a lot of negative reviews about the B550s. Can I have your thoughts on this, or if you have any other good motherboards to recommend? B550, B450, depends on what you plan on doing with your system in the future. The B550 got a little bit more of a future proofing because it does have the support for the faster drives. But probably by next year, once the AM5 comes out, it's going to be a dead platform anyways. The B550 is an alright chipset. The B450, I mean, it does about the same thing, depending on the processor you're running as well. If you're going with a 5000 series processor, you may want a B550 for that NVMe ×4 support. If you don't really care about that, you get you a nice B450 motherboard. It still worked out alright. You know, I mean, you can still run a system on the B450 motherboards. The only thing is, again, on that B450, if you do plan on running a 5000 series processor, a lot of them you're going to have an older processor to flash it up to the newest BIOS to be able to run that 5000 series chip. Unless you spend the extra money, you get one with a flashback feature to it. And even them, they're awful questionable to me. I'd rather do the BIOS the old way, like I show in my videos. Let's see, B550 DS3H. I believe that's about a $100 motherboard, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I paid for mine, about $100. I haven't looked at the price of these things lately. Yeah, you're looking at about a $100 motherboard. $130 if you want a Wi-Fi. For $100, I mean, either way, if I ain't mistaken, the DS3H 450, it's going about $100 as well, ain't it? Or did they drop in price? They may have dropped in price. Yeah, you can get the B450 of that model for $77. I don't know. It just all depends on your needs and what kind of upgrade path you want, or if you're running a 5000 series processor, or if you running something a little bit older. It depends on if you want a B550 or a B450. it's kind of, you know, it's either or, either way. Bricks is in the house. What's going on, Bricks? Thanks for joining us this morning, buddy. Thank you for the video about how to download Windows 10 on NVMe, but why when I try to download, I keep getting install Windows loop. I'm actually going to answer that here in a little bit, Bricks, but since you're in the chat, there's one of two things you can do for that. Is it doing it when you pull the flash drive out? If you pull the flash drive out of the back of the computer, then try it. It shouldn't be prompting you to install it. It should be reading off the NVMe drive. And if I'm not mistaken, you have the Gigabyte B550 MDS3H motherboard. If I'm not mistaken, that's the motherboard you got. If so, you may need to go into the BIOS, pull that flash drive out, go into your BIOS, or hit F12 to get into the boot menu when the computer's first starting up. Change that boot menu down to the Windows partition off the NVMe drive. I was going to say, if it's another motherboard, sometimes the other motherboards won't boot off of the NVMe in that top slot. But that B550 should have no problem with that. That's two things to try. You know, pull out your USB flash drive, try to boot the computer up. It should boot off of the NVMe automatically. If not, during boot up, tap your F12, I believe it is, to get into the boot menu and go down to the Windows partition to boot off of. Most of the time it does it automatically. I probably should have added that in that video, but most of the time it does it automatically, and usually when it does it automatically, there ain't no sense of putting it inside the video. But that's a couple things you could try. And it depends on your SSD. Some SSDs won't let you boot off the SSD. Some motherboards, they won't boot off that top NVMe slot. I mean, if you got a decent NVMe hard drive, you should be able to boot off of it. And I know that particular motherboard because when I did that video, I had it in that top slot, so it should boot off that NVMe. That's a couple things to try. Pull out, make sure the USB is pulled out, and go into your boot manager, or go into the BIOS over the boot, then change that to where it boots off the window partition. But that should be a couple things that should help. I have the Kingston A2000. Maybe it's something wrong about it, but it's not faulty. Kingston makes a pretty good drive. I don't see why you'd have a problem with a Kingston drive. But if you have that thumb drive pulled out, you shouldn't be getting a reinstall Windows, because the NVMe shouldn't have that program even on it to install Windows on it. It should just have the copy of Windows installed on it. But yeah, I'd definitely make sure the thumb drive is pulled out, and make sure you go into your boot menu. Either way, push F12 on the boot up, or go into your BIOS to the boot and make sure it's on to the window partition to boot from. If neither one of them work, maybe try another drive. I'm not too sure if neither one of them fixes that issue. I'm not too sure on what to tell you, bud. I mean, Kingston A2000 ain't the cheapest drive out there, so you shouldn't have much of a problem booting off of that one. You do have the Gigabyte B550, which you should be able to use top slot just like I did. If it still won't go, maybe pull it out of that top slot and put it in the bottom slot. Or maybe go into the BIOS and look around. Maybe there's something inside the setting in the BIOS someplace that's stopping it from booting from that NVMe, maybe. That would be my best hints for you, or my best suggestions to try to get it to go. But if you got the thumb drive out, you shouldn't keep getting an install Windows loop. Either that, or maybe you got a corrupt Windows 10 flash drive. Maybe redo the flash drive and try it again. That'd be my best suggestions for you. Let's see here. Where was we at? First I had it in first slot. Didn't work. I put it in down slot. Also didn't work. Huh. So you change the slots of where the NVMe's at and it still ain't booting into Windows for you. Maybe it's that Kingston drive then. I know money's tight to a lot of people, so it ain't just the easiest to go buy you another drive, but maybe there's something in the motherboard. Check in your motherboard settings and see if there's a way to change it to boot off of an NVMe. Maybe there's something in your motherboard to stop you from booting off the NVMe. That'd be, it's a lot cheaper than having to buy another drive. But I don't understand why you're getting install Windows loop on it though. If the USB drive's out of it, there shouldn't be nothing there to install off of. Maybe take your flash drive and redo your Windows 10 install on it, and try to reinstall it on the drive again. I've never seen it ever boot loop like that to where it keeps wanting you to install Windows. Unless whenever you did the install, something happened and some of the files got corrupt or something and messed it up. But if you redo your flash drive to install off of it, should correct that if that's what the issue is. I hope it helps you a little bit. That's a few places to start out with. But like I said, I don't see that Kingston A2000 drive stopping you from booting off of it. Yeah, but the B550 or the B450, it's kind of hit and miss depending on the processor that you wanna go with. Like I said, if you do the B450, make sure it's got a flashback. That way you don't have to have an older CPU if you're doing a 5000 series. Both of them seem to be pretty stable motherboards as far as my experience, which I don't run one day-to-day basis. I run an X470. But yeah, that all depends on what you want out of your motherboard. Brinks, also when I turn on XMP from my RAM, my system does not boot. It won't run 3600 CL18, but I manually overclocked it to 3200 CL16, and it's stable. It's good. It's good. I mean, it sucks you ain't getting what you paid for, because apparently you paid for 3600 megahertz RAM. You ain't getting your full speeds out of it. But you got a little bit looser timings there at 3200, so it should be, that should help your performance better than what the 2133 is. And that's one thing about Ryzen. I mean, even as old as Ryzen is, and they got the list that you're supposed to go off of, they're still awful picky about the RAM and what will and what won't overclock. It's just, I don't know. They need to get that straightened up. I'm glad at least you can get it overclocked to 3200 megahertz. Yeah, B550, B450 motherboards, that it all depends on what you expect out of your motherboard and what you need and what processor you're running. I mean, like I said, if you're running a 5000 series processor, I'd probably stick with the B550. If you go with a B450, you'll have to have an older motherboard, older CPU to be able to update that BIOS to run the 5000 series. It's kind of a personal opinion. I mean, as far as a $100 motherboard goes, there's a lot of, quite a few of them out there that AM4, I'm assuming. Go down to price. Apply. Nah, well, I was thinking of buying another SSD, a SATA based one, 120 gigs, just for Windows 10. It's not too expensive. Yeah, you can get a reasonable SATA based 120 gig drive fairly cheap. But you ain't, then again, you ain't gonna have your speeds that you get out of an NVMe. The A2000s, well, they have them in the Gen 3 or the Gen 4 speeds. I mean, I hate to see you go down to having to do that. There should be something in that motherboard that's stopping it. If going in and telling it to boot off of the hard SSD don't fix it, it should be. I mean, it should be something in that motherboard settings to get that corrected. Maybe go in and reset all your settings in your BIOS to factory. Just go to X save and exit. Go down, hit your reset defaults, I think it says, and try to reset your settings in your BIOS. Maybe it'll kick it through to where it'll boot off of that NVMe hard drive for you. It's taking too long. Let's go with 90 to 110. See what we come up with for a $100 motherboard here. Asus Prime B550. Asus makes a pretty good motherboard. Nah, we don't want those. There's an A520. Yeah, I try to stay away from the A520s or the A420s. That's an old one. M5A97. AM3 socket. They still sell them things? Wow. They know you buy them things new anymore. Asus Prime. Gigabyte B450 for 92. MSI. Because post air barrel refuse. Good with no battery. That must be used. Nah, B450 Tomahawk's less than $100. That's a pretty good little motherboard for you, depending on what processor you're wanting to run. Buy that SSD or bring it to a PC repair shop. Yeah, if you take it to a repair shop, they're gonna most likely charge you quite a bit to look at it, bud. I'll tell you the truth of it. I mean, if you're happy running off of a SATA base drive, yeah. I mean, 120 gig, you should be able to get them fairly cheap. Let's see here. What do we got here? System components. I hate when their ads pop up. Internal go back. Internal SSD. 2.5 inch. 120 gig for the boot up. Oh, goddamn ads. The lowest price. Yeah, I mean, you can get 120 gig SATA 3 drive for about 20 bucks, 22 bucks. I said the lowest price, they got 209 at the top. That'd definitely be a lot cheaper than taking it to a repair shop. Another 128 gig, 21 bucks, 22 bucks, something like that. I know most of the big repair shops around my area, they charge you 70 bucks to take your computer into them. They look at it and say, yeah, you're right, it's broke. 70 bucks right up front. I don't know what they charge in your area where you're at, but yeah. Let's say MSI Pro B550, 90 bucks. Ain't bad little motherboard. Motherboards are so picky, depending on what you need, what processor you're planning on running. It's kind of hard to suggest B550 or B450 depending on your processor and what you expect out of the motherboard. what kind of upgrade path you expect. Now, here we got here next on the hit list. We have Emmanuel. How to overclock your RAM on the Gigabyte B450M on 5.07. How to change the second RAM stick properties. Or actually, how can I hover over it because I can't click the second one. Them should be linked together. Whatever you change on the first set of RAM should go to the second stick automatically. You're actually changing the timings and whatnot on both sticks of RAM at the same time. I'm not really sure what he's talking about here. Yeah, because I mean, you're typing in the speeds and whatnot to do it. Your core voltage, it goes for both RAM sticks. The second one, you don't change the second one. The second one, it actually changes itself. You change the top one, it should change the second one down. They're linked together because it's all in the same channel. If you have one in each channel, then you have to go in and change each channel. But being in dual channel, it should change both of them at the same time. Well, I don't really need those speeds, but I bought an NVMe version to change my old hard drive, so I have best version of SSD. I should have gone with a 500 gigabyte SATA SSD. Yeah. What size of NVMe you got? I mean, hell, I didn't even know they made NVMe's less than 512 gig. Of course, I don't go much less than 500 gigs on most of my drives that I put in systems. Yeah, but if you're in dual channel RAM and you're setting that up for the first RAM stick, it should be alright for once you set up for one RAM, because they're both in the same channel. As long as they're in the same slots, you should be alright. Once you set up for one, it should take both sticks. 500 gigabyte. It just sucks that you pay out the money for the NVMe and you can't use it though, bricks. And it ain't making no sense why it keeps boot looping. Like I said, not unless you got a corrupted Windows 10 file whenever you put it on your flash drive. Go in your BIOS on your system and see if it's even recognizing that drive. As long as it recognizes it, it should be able to boot off of it. And is that the only drive you have in the system? You know, like I said in the video, you know, I recommend only having the drive that you want to boot off of or you want to install Windows 10 onto. That way you know for sure you're putting it on the same drive. And also, back in the old days when you did Windows install, sometimes they'd throw them on 2 or 3 different, they'd split them up between hard drives and put your operating system on 2 different drives. I can install games on it and they work fine. Just I can't install Windows 10. I'm going to say it's probably going to be something with your drive then, bud. There's something with that drive that it won't let you use it as a boot drive. Or apparently you got a way to get the system up into Windows. Take and put that drive into format 32. Reformat that NVMe drive into FAT32, then try to install Windows on it. But to me, it sounds like there's something with that drive that the drive won't let you boot off of it. I didn't think a Kingston drive would do that, but apparently it will. But I'm gonna say it's gonna be your hard drive ain't letting you do it. Yeah, Emmanuel. But once you do that first stick, it's because they're both in the same channel. Unless you're on a single, unless you got them mixed up and they ain't running dual channel. Change the numbers on the first one, and you should be good to go. Let's see here. We have game Yamaza, I guess the way you pronounce it. How to install the NVMe M.2 drive on the Gigabyte. Hope your video gets more views. Really helped me once on a previous video. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. We have Sins Gaming. How to overclock your Ryzen 5 3600 on the Gigabyte B550. Hi, on the process that you did you touch PBO? May I know the settings you set for PBO? Yes I did. I thought I put it in the video. Maybe I cut it out by accident. But whatever you're doing, the overclocking of a CPU, I always turn off PBO. And if there's an option, I turn off auto overclocking altogether. But definitely turn that PBO off, because that PBO will actually override whatever overclock you got set. So whenever you're overclocking, you definitely want to turn off that PBO. And like I said, some motherboards will literally let you turn off the auto overclocking altogether, and if so, turn it completely off. Like I said in that video, I thought that I turned it off, or I showed me turning off PBO in that video. Bricks. Thanks for the video, but when I try to install Windows 10 on my NVMe, every time I am stuck on an install Windows 10 again. Now, we've been talking about that, Bricks, so ain't much more I can say about that. Nothing held for review. Anything else come in since I started the stream? Nope, don't look like it. I'll just buy a small SATA SSD and install Windows 10 on that, since I don't want to send it back. I ordered it from another country, and it would take a while that I get a new one. Yeah, especially if you're talking about shipping overseas, especially right now. It definitely ain't no time to be shipping overseas or expecting anything to come into port right now. Right now is a bad time for that kind of stuff. Alright, I guess that's all the comments that we've had for the last couple of weeks. Like I said, it's normally only a week, usually every week, but I missed last week because I forgot about my brother getting hitched. But yeah, I want to thank you all for the support. I want to thank you all for watching the videos, for the thumbs up, the sharing of the videos. Anybody throws a little bit of money my way while I live stream. You know, the people that buy the merch out of the merch store, links in the description below. You know, I want to thank you all for all the support you guys give me here on YouTube. Whenever I started the channel, I didn't know if I did ever get anybody to even watch my videos, let alone the loyal supporters that I got. Now, I really appreciate all the support you guys have shown me. We've done really good in the community this week. We have gained 20 new subscribers, so if you're new, welcome into the community. I'm glad you decided to hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you turned on that notification bell while you're notified next time I put out a video or go live. I really want to thank you all for subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to YouTube. They say it don't, but it does. It does matter. So yeah, we did pretty good as the community. Welcome to the community. Like I said, since I've been off work, I've been uploading 2 videos a week. I thought I had one planned for Friday, and apparently I didn't. Sorry, I dropped the ball. I thought I had one that was already uploaded, it was going live, but apparently I didn't. So you only got one last week. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, I want to apologize for that one. That was my bad. Sorry guys, I had to change something here real quick. There's a few articles I ran across this week. I don't think they're worth dedicated videos about. Are you ending the stream? No, sir. Planning on stream for quite a while. Once I get done here with a couple articles I got and whatnot, I usually stream some gameplay. I've been playing New World here lately, so I'm planning on streaming some of it. You know, I'm looking at streaming for the next, I don't know, couple hours probably at least. I'll be here for a while yet, Bricks. You know, I got a couple articles to go through. Talk about what's coming up this week, which I'm not too sure on it. I haven't got anything done. I haven't got anything recorded, but I will get a couple up this week. I do have a couple videos in mind. I did swap out the motherboard in the $600 build, which I've never used that motherboard, so I got to do the videos on the overclocking and all that on that motherboard. Maybe do one on the update of the BIOS on that motherboard, which will probably be coming up here soon. I do have a couple articles here I want to at least mention. I don't think it's important enough to do a dedicated video about, but I thought it was pretty interesting. The stock cooler really sucks on the Ryzen 5 5600X. Yeah, the stock cooler ain't quite good enough for that 5600X. If you're running the 5600X, I'd definitely look at a aftermarket cooler. The cooler that comes with that one ain't quite up to par to handle them 6-core 12-thread processors. You know, you get a fairly cheap or more budget entry-level cooler to handle that. You know, like the Hyper 212 or something like that, or the Vito 5 or something like that. Which is a lot better than what them stock heat sinks is. Which kind of surprised me on the 5600G and that $600 build. Actually surprised me how well that cooler did on it with the APU and the processing cores under full load, overclocked on the APU. I didn't overclock the CPU cores, but I overclocked the APU cores. I was only seeing 70 degrees. Pretty good. Kind of surprising me that it can't handle the 5600X when it's, you know, there ain't much of a difference. You got a little bit more memory to it, a little bit more cache. You have a little bit higher clock speeds, but I don't understand why that cooler can't do the 5600X, but it can do the 5600G. It don't make no sense to me, because you know them APU or the integrated graphics core is going to be throwing off more heat than the processor itself. But yeah, with that 5600X, you definitely need a little bit better cooler. Alright guys, a few articles I got pulled up this week. Yeah, we'll do the articles now, I guess. Don't get too excited. I don't want you to think you're going to actually be able to get one of these. But Asus is teamed up with Nakua. A funky looking cord, but at least now you can have the best quiet and silent fans, and you can have something to match them good fans inside that case with. And Jay's 2 Cents has got a video out on this cord, and he's the only one I've seen actually get one of them. I don't know if we can actually blow this thing up here or not. And I don't know if you can tell how thick this bad boy is, but that's a 2 slot right there. So you're looking at 3.5, maybe 4 slot cord on this thing. Basically, this thing looks like they took 2 120 Noctua fans and threw it on the heatsink. Which it does a wonderful job for quietness. It does a wonderful job for the cooling. It's Noctua. They're known for quiet. They're known to move a lot of air. But I thought, you know, it is a 3070. You know, it's your Asus overclock cord from Asus with a different cooler on it, basically. But I thought it was worth mentioning here. Hunter Eddie, hello, how you doing, Hunter? You're in the house, Hunter. How you doing, buddy? But I thought that was worth mentioning. Don't get too excited. You still can't get them. They ain't never in stock. You know, just like any other GPU right now in 2021. You ain't gonna get your hands on one. You know, it's basically an overclocked 3070 from Asus with a different cooler thrown on top of it. It's you know, it's funky looking. You know, it's got the old brown and beige Noctua fans on it, which, you know, maybe they should have went with the Chromax, which made it black, but then you wouldn't know they was Noctua. And it kind of, like I said, you know, it kind of maybe put a build together with Noctua fans. You know, put your 7 or 8 of them bad boys in a case and throw that in there. And if you can vertically mount that, which as wide as it is, I don't think many cases would be able to vertically mount it because of the thickness of it. But you just imagine vertically mounting that with Noctua fans around the case. Make you a brown and beige build out of it. I think it looks pretty cool. I will buy an Arctic Esports Duo for my Ryzen 550. Yeah, that's a pretty cool little cooler. That should do well for the 5600X. Should do well for you. But I thought that was worth mentioning. It's something a little bit different, something off the cuff. Like I said, it is a 3070 OC card from Asus. It's going to perform about the same as any OC card from Asus does. It's just different colors of fans. I don't know. Good luck on getting your hands on one though. But there is more cards out there in the wild now, I guess. You ain't gonna be able to buy one, but there's still more out there in the wild. Good thing. I ran across this next article, and I thought it was pretty bad. This is from Techspot. Both these articles is linked in the description below if you actually want to read them. This one's a little bit older. This one was on October the 13th. I guess it wasn't too old. About 10 days ago this one came out. First Windows 11 patch on Tuesday slows down AMD CPUs even more than the release build. If you're not aware, Windows 11 is actually came around because of Intel with the Alder Lake processor, because the way they're doing the chiplets on them processors, they need a different scheduler. Alright, well, by this Techspot article, and I don't see why they'd lie about it. They got some screenshots of the information here. Whenever Windows 11 first launched, it slowed down the Ryzen processors. Okay, within a month, they put out a update that's supposed to pick up the speed of the Ryzen processors on Windows 11. But it's done the exact opposite. And I hate to say Intel and Microsoft is working together against Ryzen and this and that. But they have been working a lot together with Intel because of the Alder Lake and the way that scheduler's got to work for them processors, for the way Intel is doing the processors now. You know, they need new type of schedulers. But, you know, like I said, the article is linked in the description below if you actually want to read this. But, you know, this thing, with the way I'm understanding the article, what I briefly read of it, this thing's knocking the Ryzen processors back to the old bulldozer days. I mean, it's just slowing it down to where it's incredible. I mean, you know, I don't know, like I said, I don't want to say Microsoft and Intel is working together to knock AMD down, but it kind of seems that way. Microsoft's supposed to patch this to make it better for Windows 11 and AMD, and they made it even worse than what it was. So it's, you know, they slowed it down by like 34%. I mean, it's craziness. Put Alec Baldwin in jail. Good morning, buddy. Glad you came and hang out with me today. Welcome to see you here. But I've said it in my other videos, you know, 98% of gamers out there, 98% of people building computers are going to be running Windows. I wish Windows had a competitor. I think Microsoft Windows is, I don't know, I haven't cared for them for quite some time, to tell you the truth. I wish they had a competitor out there. And yes, you got Linux, but you know Linux don't have the following like Windows. If you play games, you're on Windows. You know, most games don't run with, Linux don't play very nice with a lot of hardware. And when it comes to the gaming side of things, it really don't play nice. You lose a lot of performance because of the operating system if you ain't on Windows. I hate to say Windows and Intel was trying to knock AMD back down. But it kind of looks that way. Microsoft's supposed to be trying to fix this issue, and they just keep making it worse every time they put out a patch to try to fix it. And Intel's been on top for so long that I don't think they actually know how to react to not being on top. AMD's finally overtook them, and they don't know how to react to it. And since Intel's got so much input into Windows 11, kind of seems like they're working together to knock AMD back down. Android or Mac OS is pretty good competitors. I've never tried the Android on the PC. I've never got much into Macintosh either. I don't know much about Apple. I try to stay away from Apple. And as far as running a Apple OS on a regular computer, it's, on a custom built computer, there's a lot of fingerly stuff you got to do to even get that OS, let alone be able to get it installed, and you got to watch what hardware you're running and all that. Do they even have an Android to run on a custom built PC? I might get rid of my computer and use my phone only. Well, that's an option, depending on what you use it for. I know a lot of people that's into the custom or DIY computer building, usually gamers, or create content creators. And the phone or tablet's got limitations to it when it comes to that kind of stuff. If you get away with it and just go to a phone or a tablet, hell, that's what I do too. But, I do enjoy my AAA games, and I do create content here for YouTube. So, getting away from the computer race is pretty impossible. I would like to see something besides Windows come out for a decent, reasonable operating system for a DIY PC. I mentioned in my other videos that I really don't care for Windows, but when you're a DIYer and building computers, it's about the only thing you have. And a lot of people, if you try to sell a computer with Linux on it, they'd be completely lost. They wouldn't have no idea where to even start at on it. So you're pretty well stuck to just using Windows. And like I said, as far as the Apple or the Mac OS goes, it's awful finicky to get that to work on a lot of the over-the-counter hardware. And then trying to get it between the hardware complications, the software complications, and trying to get it all lined up to even, because you have to have an Apple computer. The way I understand it, you have to have an Apple computer to get the ISO to be able to get the OS installed on another machine. And I've never been much into Apples. If I'd fire up an OS, if I'd fire up an Apple computer, I'd be completely lost because I've never dealt with them. I've seen a few people on YouTube videos kind of explain a little bit here on how to do this within a Macintosh or a Apple OS, but I've never messed with one. I wish YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Netflix, and Google makes their own internet and cut out Microsoft and Intel. you know, I don't care for Microsoft. I'm saying that I wish there was another option out there. Intel's about the same thing. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to see Intel cut out because competition is good in the CPU market. You know, just like Intel's had to run for the last few years without getting more cores, without upping the speeds a whole lot because they had no competition. Now with Ryzen, they'll be made to do it. Well, they ain't going to stay competitive. You know, you need a little bit of competition within the CPU market. Or as consumers, we lose. You know, you have to have competition or the price is going to be skyrocketed. Which right now it's kind of hard to say that because everything's skyrocketed. But you know, but I definitely like to see somebody come up with an OS that can compete with Microsoft. Which, you know, Microsoft's got years and years of experience behind making an OS to get to where they're at. Can you check for me? Is Patriot Burst Elite 120 gig good? Let's see here. I'm going to copy. We're going to pull up some Google right here. Let's see here. 128 gigs. Yes, that's what I meant. Amazon. Looks like, well, let me show you here. On Amazon, which, I don't know, the rating systems is awful screwy. They got 4.4 stars out of 5. Where's it got on Newegg? Newegg, it's got 4 stars out of 5 out of 204 reviews. Which I know the reviews and stuff like that, they're iffy at best anymore because they pay for a lot of reviews and whatnot to be put up. Excuse me, guys. But you know, I think it'd be all right. I mean, the SATA, that's you know, can't be too bad. Capable laptop. Yeah, well, it's a 2.5-inch drive. What the hell you expect? What kind of regeneration we got on this bad boy? That's Amazon. You ain't gonna get no information off of Amazon. 560 megabits up, 540 down. That just about maxes out the SATA 3 interface. So yeah, I mean, I think you'd be all right with it. By looking at the reviews, like I said, I've never used one. I don't know anybody that has used one. But 4 out of 5 stars, if you want to believe them, nah. I know Patriot makes pretty good RAM. I have used a lot of the RAM in the past. But I don't use a whole lot of the hard SSDs for hard drives. But I think you'd be alright with it. It's 21 bucks. Not bad. I think you'd be alright with that. And out of the reviews, like I said, you know, it seems to be pretty good. Put Alex in jail. Your thoughts on SSD Only Nas? My thoughts on an SSD Only Nas. My thoughts on an SSD Only Nas. I would say that you got a lot more money than I do. I'm checking load speeds. SSD Only Nas's is nice, depending on how fast the transfer speeds is. Because a lot of times your SSD is going to transfer rates a lot faster than what your internet connection is. I mean, if you're talking NAS, you're going to be hooking up into the network. Depending on what your network capabilities is. I mean, if you can afford a all SSD NAS, sure. But like I said, you're going to be paying quite a bit for it, especially if you want any major size SSDs. You know, if you want the 14 terabyte or the 16 terabyte SSDs, you know, they're still pretty expensive. Depending on how many you plan on putting together, depending on what kind of RAID you plan on putting together with them, it'd be good and stable. You should have no problem. Should last you quite a while. But like I said, you're gonna be paying. You'll be paying quite a few pennies for that for a SSD NAS. The quieter than a hard drive NAS is, because you know you get them hard drive NAS. The hard drives for the NAS system, they're usually a little bit noisier because they're usually in a different room. They don't focus on the quietness. So if you're sitting in the same room with your NAS with hard drives in it, you know, they're going to be a little bit noisier. I found out it has DRAM. That's a good thing if it's got DRAM to it. But if you got the money and if you have a use for a NAS, I don't even run a NAS, you know, and I got a lot of content that I keep, but I don't use a NAS. I just keep throwing on hard drives, throwing them on a shelf. You know, if you got the money and you need the speeds of an SSD for your NAS, you know, more power to you. But I think you're using SSD NAS, you're going to be limited by the transfer rate through your internet between your main computer and the NAS is going to be a bottleneck. Like I said, I don't run a NAS. I have no use to run a NAS. You know, I put everything on a spinning platter, and once my spinning platter gets full, I throw it on another spinning platter or throw it on a shelf. You know, I keep the files that I need on my system, and everything else it goes on a shelf on a spinning platter that I plug in through a USB 3 connector into the back of my motherboard. Transfer the files onto it, and I throw it on a shelf for storage. Let's see here. We went to the questions and the comments and the concerns and all that. What to expect on the channel. As far as that goes, we will probably be hitting the other motherboard that I just installed in the $600 build. I was gonna put a video together, you know, because it's about $200 motherboard. It's about $100 more expensive motherboard than what the Gigabyte B550 MDS3H motherboard is. And I was going to do a video comparing, you know, if you should put a better motherboard in with 5600G on the APU. But it don't make much sense to do that. So I think I'm going to bypass that video idea. What is the Asus Extreme? I think I got in there right now. The B550 Asus Extreme. I did an unboxing over on the channel, but I haven't done nothing else with it. They'll probably be coming up this week on the channel. But since got the articles out of the way and how the channel's doing, how the community's doing, all that's taken care of, and all the Q&A, which Q&A don't never stop. You know, if you guys is live watching me, you got a question, comment, concern, throw it in chat, and I'll be more than welcome to happy to answer it with the best of my abilities. Are you excited for DDR5 RAM memory? No, I'm not excited for it. The main reason why I'm not excited for it, because I got to do a whole platform update. Even your Ryzen 5000 series can't utilize DDR5. DDR5 when it first comes out, just like most RAM when it first comes out, just like when DDR4 first came out, it was way overpriced. I mean, you know, you're looking at a couple $100 for an 8 gig stick. DDR5 is going to be no exception. When DDR5 comes out, you're going to have to go Intel. You're going to have the Alder Lake chip, because it's going to be the only chip. Being an early adopter, it's going to be the only platform that's going to support DDR5. Within a year or so, maybe. But just like when DDR4 first came out, Intel was the only one that supported it. You're going to have to go with an Intel system to be able to utilize it right off the bat, which means you're going to have to buy their expensive motherboard. You're going to have to buy their new Alder Lake CPUs when they first come out to be able to even utilize DDR5 memory. I think DDR5 would be great for AMD because they do like faster memory. With the AM5 platform, with the way I understand it, they are going to be DDR5 compatible. They're going to be using DDR5 when it comes out. And with the bandwidth and the speeds that DDR5 is coming out with, I think it's going to be a big step up for AMD. I don't see AMD changing the process nodes enough to where that memory speeds ain't going to be so dependent. I don't think it's going to do that. So I think the DDR5 is going to be good for that. But when it first launches, no, I'm not excited for it. That's why I've never talked about it. I don't have nothing on the channel about DDR5. Just, like I said, when DDR4 came out, it was the same way. It's going to be way over expensive. You gotta have one platform only that you're gonna be able to use it on. Until AM5 comes out, which will be coming out. Alder Lake's coming out, I think, the beginning of 2022. So you're looking in probably mid to late 2022 before AMD has a platform for it. It's just I really ain't looking for the launch of it. Within a year or so, it'll calm down just like DDR4 did when you have AMD and Intel both supporting it. But, when it first launch, you're going to have to go with an Alder Lake chip to be able to use it. And I don't like being that restricted. I'm ready to upgrade my system, but I'm waiting for USB 4. Yeah, USB 4s would be nice once they get the stuff to actually be able to utilize it. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that use a NVMe converter to USB 3. To me, that's a waste of an NVMe drive, because you can only go through the bus width of the USB 3.0. So by putting an NVMe in there, you're just wasting a lot of money. But that's just my opinion. DDR5. Right now, I know everything's going to launch sometime, but it's going to be a while before I actually get excited about using DDR5, and it's just basically because of the way it's going to be expensive, and you're only going to have one platform that's going to be able to utilize it for quite some time. So I'm not looking forward to utilizing DDR5 memory. In the future, within a couple of years or so, yeah. But right out of the gate, anytime they develop a new RAM standard, no, I don't look forward to it. And I can't do it. Alright guys, but I think I covered most of the useful information. I think we're going to get into some gameplay here of New World. But like every week, I'm going to have to take me a little break before I fire up the game. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, I am back. Let me get this flip back on here. Sorry about that. I was doing some changing on my hard drives and whatnot, and I forgot to put my intermission screen back in there, so I didn't have that. But I think everything's done. I think all the topics done, the Q&A's done, which I'll still answer your questions, comments, concerns as you throw them over there in chat if you're watching live. But we're going to jump into some New World gameplay here. Maybe if I can figure out how to launch the game here, and hopefully it ain't too taxing on my system here. Well, I want it open. Maybe I will. Let's see here. Alright, there we go. I've got quite a few days already in this tune that I'm going to be playing with. It ain't like we're starting a new one. Password. Do I remember my password? Hold on guys, I gotta check my password. I don't know what my password is. Pretty bad when you can't remember your own password, huh? Where's my notepad at? There it is. What do we got? Okay. You gotta change the password so often, you gotta keep them wrote down to be able to keep them memorized. Alright, as soon as it takes off here. And yes, I know about the problems with New World and the way it likes eating up GPUs and all this good happy stuff. But I do watch my power usage on my GPU while I play. I do have everything locked to 60 frames per second. I got the visuals cut back compared to what I could actually be playing at. I run 1080p, high detailed, with 4 view distance. But I got it locked down inside my control panel through NVIDIA and also through the game to where it don't go up past 60 frames per second. As far as power usage on my GPU goes, I have never seen it go up past 70%. And this is what I used to watch it, is Position X1. And I've never seen it go up past 70% with the settings that I use. I am using the GPU to decode the stream, but that is the NVMe encoder, which is separate from the rest of the GPU, so I think we'll be alright to stream some here. New World looks good. Yeah, I'd rather enjoy it. I mean, if you like MMOs, you know, I don't see it having much of a storyline behind it right now. A lot of the storyline, I believe, comes from actually reading the articles and whatnot, the papers you find throughout the world, which I really haven't been doing a whole lot of. I find them for the XP points, but, you know, a lot of them got like 10 pages, and you may have page 2, 5, 7, and 10, but you try to read them and it don't make no sense till you get them all collected. So I haven't really got much into the lore of it. But you know, as an MMO, I think it's a pretty good game. I enjoy it. Let me know if the game sounds a little too loud or anything like that, guys. I'll be more than welcome to adjust it if necessary. But I think it'll be alright. It's your basic MMO. You know, you run to this section, you do the killing, you run to this section, and you do your, you know, searching through their crates and whatnot. You know, it's pretty well the same thing as in any other MMO. And your crafting and your gathering makes up a big part of it, especially in the lower levels. I haven't really got to get into a whole lot of levels of it. My highest level 2 is like 30 something, 32, 33. One I'm playing on today is my mage. He's only level 20. Let's turn off the frame counter. We don't need the frame counter on today. Show the frames. Okay, there we go. Alright, how am I going to do this here? We're going to do this right here. How's that look? You guys see the game? There we go. Like I said, you know, there's a lot of running in the game. There's no mounts in the game. You do have fast travel points and whatnot. You know, one thing we gotta do, we gotta get that off of global. I hate global because it takes up half the screen, even on a 27-inch monitor. We're just gotta run around here and do some questing and do some gathering and
crazy times. Everyone's bustling about, working together to strengthen the settlement. Gotta admit, I'm feeling a bit snubbed. No one's asked for my help.
well, you can help. I'm sure it's not personal.
But it is. What can a daft buggy contribute? That's what they're saying. It's not right. I got feelings too, you know.
There must be a way.
Maybe. I've been thinking of making a special brew. There's barley stores out in Dayspring Mills. It's good stuff. If you could get that barley, that'd be something.
Oh, yeah? Well, we'll accept that quest. Gotta go look through some treasure chests here someplace. Another one up here we need to go get, I guess. Where's that? Where's that?
Hitched your wagon to a faction, have you? Haven't you tried? I suppose that means the settlement is safe now.
We'll do our best.
Fair enough. But I'll let you in on a little secret. I had a dream, and it gave me a plan for the settlement's defense. A foolproof plan. Some people might call it crazy. I think you might be up for it.
I think it's crazy. Tell me about your plan.
Right then. We dig a trench around the settlement and fill it with gunpowder. Corrupt it come, boom! Your part is just procuring the powder from the stores at Dayspring Mills. You say?
What do I say? I guess we will accept it. So we gotta run around and put some gunpowder and some stuff. Alright. Oh. Alright, where we at? We're here in town. Looks like we got one we can turn in. Where's the one we can turn in? It's in the inn. There we go.
Hello there. Welcome to First Light. Wait, do I know you? Or have you come from Monarch's Bluff? His Beaton sent you, didn't he?
Of course he did. Yes, he'll send you Asiahorse
Ah,
soon.
you better. I heard he's had an influx of new arrivals lately. Bastard was probably too cheap to give you Asiahorse to fast travel back, wasn't he?
Of course.
Fine, fine. Here you go.
Well, thank you. Imagine that.
You've become a real regular around here.
Uh-huh. I probably will. Alright. We got anything else in town? Hey, we got a train point. And we'll up the storage. I like the storage in the... What's that? Alright. Where was we heading? Okay, we got one over here, which is the main mission. Got a couple side missions over here we can go do. So we'll go up and do one. And then we'll do 2 and 3. See how I need to get out of the town. One thing I really don't care about this game. You have to do dungeons and group quests to be able to proceed through the missions. And there is no group finder. You know, you gotta sit there for days, spam and chat and whatnot, trying to find your groups. the one team that I got in my dexterity build, he's up in level 30s. It took me 4 days to be able to complete the one quest because I couldn't find the group. You know, if you have to do it to proceed into the missions, to be able to get up where you need to be, I believe they need to put in some kind of group finding thing instead of just, oh, well, shut that off. Wrong button. But you know, if you gotta do the quests like that in groups and whatnot, they ought to have some kind of group finder for you. You know, me, I'm a solo player. I don't like PvP. I don't want to really run around in groups. But it's just a pain in the ass to sit there and spam chat for 3 or 4 days to be able to find a group to be able to continue on the main quest line. It's just, I don't know. I think they need to implement some kind of group finder or something on it. Make it a lot easier. So, you know, like I said, that top tune I got, I had to go in and do a quest with a group. It took me 3 or 4 days to find a group to let me tag along with to be able to do it. I mean, it's possible, but it's just a pain in the butt talk too to have to do it. I mean, if you get in with a guild or something like that, maybe it'd be a little bit easier, but so this should be number 1, defeat, defeat, and defeat. Okay, so I gotta defeat these guys. Okay. Well, apparently he ain't gonna want to attack. We'll just have to finish you off with the little sword thing there. You don't want to get close to me. Oh, you're going to attack me, though, ain't you? Yeah, take that. There we go. There we go. Oh, beat me up. No, you don't. No, you don't. Well, there's one of the ones I needed. Don't really need to beat up them little guys. Ouch, quit it. Why is dead people so mean? Always beating up one of those live people. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ouch. I must have been in a hole. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Ouch. I'm back in that hole again. Can't move if I'm in a hole. I'll go back to the knife. It does a little bit more damage to these guys. Ouch. Ouch. Oh no. Oh man. Really? I'm going to drown. I'm going to drown. He knocked me off. Now I'm going to drown. I don't even know if I'm heading the right way or not. I'm going to drown. I'm heading the wrong way. I'm heading the wrong way. Nope. Well, didn't that suck? Hell of a way to die. The nearest settlement, I guess. Can't believe he knocked me off the bridge and killed me. That was just terrible. That's just terrible. This shouldn't happen that way. Alright, let's go back. Run, David, run! Pretty bad, he knew he couldn't beat me, so he had to drown me. And that's the other thing, there's no swimming in the game. And if you get in deep water like that, you don't have much of a choice. Because you have to walk along the bottom and you end up drowning like I just did. Got 3 people watching me. Glad y'all still watching me. Come along for the ride. See if I can drown again. Maybe I'll set up a camp this time just in case it happens again. Now I need to head this way, don't I? Gotta go this way. I need some green wood. I need some flint to be able to set up a camp here. Wasn't expecting for him to knock me off the bridge and drown me. I mean, that was pretty terrible. That was a hell of a way to die. He knew he couldn't beat me, so he had to drown me. Here's some flint. I don't know how much of each I need. I'll pick some bushes. Give me some green wood. There we go. Is this what we're needing? Yeah. You see my little red X there on the map? That's where I drowned. He drowned me. Let's set up a camp just in case. Just in case it happens again. That way we can respawn here. There we go. Now if we drown again like the last time, we can respawn at that point. We don't have to do all that running. Whoops, wrong open. Did I miss him? I think I missed him with that one. Ouch! Leave me alone. No, you don't. Quit that stuff. I know I don't need to kill these little guys, but I don't need them jumping me while I'm fighting the other guys either. Our little low on mana, gotta pull out the weapon. Missed him. Block. Run. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. There we go. Is that all those? That's all the ones of them I needed. Got that one. Ouch. Hey, I'm trying to heal myself up here before I fight you. Quit that. Oh yeah, you want to play the distance game? Let's play the distance game. Ouch. Ow! Quit that, you're beating up on me. Let's get close and personal then. Ow, that one hurt. There we go. Gotcha. Defeat something enforcers. Where's these guys at? Oh man, I'm out of rations. This ain't going to end very well. This ain't going to end very well at all. I'm going to die again. Am I out of mana? Why ain't my spell working? Easy now. Easy now. Hey, I guess I done it all. That's all I needed. Oh man, I gotta fight back through this guy. Fight him, fight him, fight him. Beat him up. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Ow, you supposed to have died. You was supposed to be still beating on me. You supposed to have died. I wonder if I can just run past all these guys. I think I can do it. I think I can run past them. What do you think? You think I can do it? I think I can run past them. I think I can do it. Where's my camp? I don't think I got anything in my bags to be able to cook up for rations of. We'll go find out. May have to do some little bit of hunting to be able to get some meat to be able to make something. Yeah, I don't have no meats. I don't have nothing to cook. That's not good. That's not good at all. Hey guys, want to see my ugly mug for a little while? Let's turn the camera on there. There we go. What happened? Why is that? That ain't the way I had that set up. No BS for being strange. There you go. Now you can see my pretty mug while I play. How about that? Alright, we gotta go find us some meat to cook. Should be some kind of creatures around here. I've seen some boars and some turkeys over here. Oh, let's see here. We need something. We need some meat. Where's the meat? I need the meat. What was that? Burger King? Where's the meat? I got the meat. I think that was Burger King. Let's see here. I just aged myself big time, didn't I? What's that over there? Yeah, we get some meat out of him. Come here, piggy. Come here, piggy. Ouch. Don't you think about it. Well, we need you too. We need some meat. We need to make some rations. I didn't realize I was rations before I left town. Should have looked at that, I guess. Them berry bushes? Nah, them ain't berry bushes. Them just regular bushes. I need some more pigs. Some turkeys. Something. Something that's got some meat to it. How about some wolves? We got some wolves around here someplace? Usually wolves are all over God's creation. What's that up there? Is that a piggy? That's a piggy. There's a piggy. Come here, piggy. There's a piggy. Come here, piggy. Give me some meat. Give me some meat. I need some meat. Piggy, 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 piggy. Woofy, woofy, woofy. Turkey? Something? Some kind of meat? It don't matter what. Some kind of meat. You got any meat running around here? Is that a rabbit? There's a rabbit. I don't know if they give you meat or not. I think they do. Sometimes. Yeah, they gave me game meat. That works. Hemp. We need hemp. Don't get a whole lot of meat out of the rabbits, but we may have to take a few of them here. It's the only thing running around. Anything else running around here? I need some meat. Any meat? Meat. Turkeys, pigs, wolves, rabbits. Anything? There's a rabbit. We'll take a rabbit. Oh, mister. Got him that time. Alright. Now we got a little bit of game meat. Anything else running around here we can get some meat out of? Meat. Where's everything at? Where's all the wolves and the pigs? I'm glad these guys are low level and they're easy to kill. There we go. Now we got some pork. And we got some game meat. Yes. Camping restricted. Oh, it's because I'm within the name. Let's get up here some. I think I'm heading towards my next objectives. I hear a wolf. Where's he at? I need some meat. How big an area is this? Day Springs Mill. What's a hell of an area? As long as I'm in Day Springs area, they won't let me build a camp to be able to do no cooking. Come on. Come on. Well, I guess we'll take you out too. I think that's a mistake. I don't think his area should be this big. Well, let me set up a camp yet. Uneven. Well, I'm on a hillside. What the hell you expect? Let's go over here and set it up then. Building not within line of sight? What are you talking about? I can see it. You can't see that? I can see that. Uneven terrain, obstacle in the way. Okay, let's put it right there. I need some more green wood. I got enough flint, I just need some green wood. Get us a small tree here. Get us some green wood, we'll set up the camp, and we'll cook up what little bit of meat we was able to get. There we go. I'm gonna craft. There's 5. There we go. And then we're gonna do some more. I'm gonna do 8 more of the pork. Probably all we got. Yeah, I don't see nothing else. We don't have nothing else. Okay. We got a few rations. Oh, I forgot I had all those. I had all kinds of rations on me. What's these? Heavy. Don't want those. But heavy. I don't do heavy. I don't have a bag slot open. I got that one in there, and that's a lot better. That's my life staff. Alright, now where we heading to? Oh, hell, I gotta go all the way back this way for 2 and 3. I was running the wrong way. Oh, well, it'll be alright. Welcome to MMOs. Welcome to MMOs. Get to run around here. Got 2 people watching me run around here and die and kill animals. Welcome in. Glad you guys still enjoying the content. Thanks for hanging out with me today on this Saturday. I know Saturday. Chris McGraw's in the house. Hello, Chris. How you doing, buddy? Hope everything's going well for you this weekend. I'm just about down there. Another 200 meters. I don't know how many miles that is, but they do like making you walk in this game. What am I doing? What am I doing? Place the gunpowder. I think I gotta collect dirt or something too, I believe, in this one. No, you don't. Sit down. Yeah, I don't have to work the weekend, so it's always good. Yeah, it's always nice to have the weekends off when you can get them. I try not to have to work the weekends, but, well, you know, when I'm working, I gotta work the weekends sometimes. That's when the live stream gets pushed back to 5. Because I'm still off for probably another month yet, so. This should be the last of the, no. Not quite enough. Alright, now where do I gotta put these keg powders? Collect gunpowder caskets. Where do I gotta get these from? Are they inside chests, I'm assuming? I'm assuming they're inside. Oh, okay, I see. No, you don't. Go tell your mother she wants you. You gotta work a lot of weekends, do you, Chris? See what I mean about doing the reading? If you look at that, that's 1 page out of 10. A lot of times you'll have like page 1, page 4, then you have page 12, and then, you know, you really can't make heads or tails out of it until you get all of it read up. And that's where I think most of the story, that's where most of the lore behind the story is going to come into play. Hey, there's a new fire staff. It's probably worse than what I've got, though. Anything special out this way? Okay, where else do I need to plant some kegs of gunpowder? I guess I can't go in the chicken coop. Come on, jump over it. You can't jump over that fence. Why can't you jump over the fence? Gunpowder planted. I need 3 more spots for gunpowder. No, you don't. Sit down. Go lay down someplace. Ain't that the Amazon game that bricks GPUs? Yeah, it is. It mainly hits the 3090s. Which I do have the EVGA 2070 Super in my system that I run. But I also running the EVGA Precision X1 to keep an eye on my my power draw for the GPU. And while playing it, I've got, I don't know, several days into the game now. But I've never seen my power limit hit over 70% or so. But I also got it locked down. I'm running 1080p high settings with forward view distance, which the 2070 Super could run a lot harder than that. I got the end game is capped at 60 frames per second. I also have EVGA control panel locked at 60 frames per second. I could probably be running 1440p on medium, but to keep the pressure off the GPU, for it don't brick the GPU, I keep all that turned down. Like I said, I've been playing for a few days now, and I haven't had no problems. It doesn't affect other GPUs besides the 3090. Yeah, I'm just taking precautions to make sure. I got another team that I got. He's level 30, and even whenever we was into the dungeon and all the fighting on the dungeons and all that, thought I completed that one. Oh, I gotta place one more keg. You know, I'm just kind of watching the power draw and making sure it don't do nothing. Which, like you said, 3090 is the main one it's hitting. And I don't have the 3090, I got 2070 Super. But I got everything cut back to where it don't hit the GPU so hard. This is the first time I've tried streaming it, and I'm still only seeing, well, they're just hit 80% power draw on my GPU. But that's for running the game and for streaming it, so you know, I do keep an eye on it. Man, I got it so cut back that I know the 2070 Super could do higher frame rates and probably 1440p on the game if I'd let it. But I won't let it, so. Yeah, you know, I kind of keep it under check and make sure it ain't gonna hurt my GPU. If I see it hitting too high of power limits, and then I'll quit playing it or do what I need to. But it seems to be doing alright so far. I got a couple other GPUs I could put in if I did burn mine up, which I really don't want to because they ain't as powerful as what I've got. 16X and 20 GPUs as well as 5700, and all 6000 AMD GPUs are reported to brick with it. Yeah, I've heard reports of some 20 series cores bricking with it. That's why I kind of keep an eye on it, and I kind of watch for any kind of artifacting or anything going funny with it. If I start getting funny things going on, then I'll quit playing it. Because I definitely don't want to brick my 2070 Super not right now with the way GPUs are. But you know, knock on wood that I haven't had no problems with it so far. So. So far, so well. It's doing pretty good. Thought I had another one in this town to turn in. Yeah, down here.
Really waited through the withered at Dayspring Mills just for my... Still can't get over it. So there was this Chef Giroux in Hilltop.
And Hilltop, yeah. I bet you there was. I've got an outstanding point for the territory. Let's get together in speed.
Regardless of who's in charge here,
Yeah.
is sound, but the iron bundles
There ain't even enough of your guys' stories to make any sense on what's going on in the damn game. Oh, we'll get rid of some of the stuff we don't need. Because we're leaving this area, but life staff. Fire staff. That's better than fire staff than what I'm using. Yeah, we'll bind that. And we'll get rid of this one. We'll keep the life staff just in case we need it. We don't want that. Cooking, crafting mods. That's all my potions, smelting. I saw a wow of all the Gen 2 and 3 CPUs. The 5600G is the cheapest on Newegg here in Canada. Oh yeah, 5600G. I mean, I don't understand why it's so. I don't know, that's why it's a good bargain chip right now, because it's a lot cheaper than the other ones, and you get integrated graphics. You don't have to worry about having a discrete GPU. Alright, let's go back up here and we'll go after the main storyline here. Fast travel! Them fast travel points is nice. There you guys go. Maybe you can see more of the quests now that I'm on. Without my pretty mug being up there in the corner. Alright, where's my fellow at? I need to go talk to this fellow over here. Which I don't know if this game would actually hurt an APU or not, which I don't know how well the 5600G would actually play this game.
Look who's returned. Apparently, this one means what they say. Still time to change your mind, you know. Save yourself from the unimaginable suffering.
Nope, I'm in this till the end.
I was afraid you'd say that. I could have kept going to the end of the world in blissful ignorance if you hadn't come. Damn blast. Hope is such an annoying pest. It just keeps coming back. Like you.
Of course, I always come back. Ready to come out of retirement?
You know, Emperor Marcus Aurelius once said, death smiles at us all. The best we can do is smile back. Yes. I think I am finally ready to start smiling again.
You need to smile. It's good for you. You should feel good when you smile. $316.99. Free shipping and Newegg. The $316.99. That's on Amazon, I'm assuming.
They fight with their sword.
Newegg selling it for $310 plus 20 shipping. That still ain't bad. $330. So Amazon's got it cheaper than what Newegg's got. That's on Newegg. Both prices is on Newegg. $316.99 with free shipping and $310 plus 20 shipping. One must be a Newegg seller, huh? Not Newegg itself.
My memory is still foggy, but it stands to reason you will need the components first. I recall a cave on the northeast coast where we hid our valuables when we ran. Perhaps you could find an old haft there.
Oh yeah? You think? Where am I heading to? On the east coast, he said. Hey, I got some new points. Imagine that. I need intelligence. And we'll put one down here in our life. Important to have life in this game. Okay, map. 2, 3, one down there available, one there available, a couple there, one available there. I want to do the main story quest. Up here, first component. And I fast travel to here, call to end. There we go, it's free that way. Sounds like my hard drive's over there reading something. My hard drive shouldn't be having no activity on it. Oh, where am I going? Let's look at the genre. Let's unpin the rest of this shit. We'll unpin that one, we'll unpin that one, we'll unpin that one, unpin it. Good pointers you gave in your video about pre-builds. Well, thank you, Chris. I think that's just some of the stuff you need to watch out when buying a pre-built. I figure I'd do that video right now because just about everybody's recommending you to do a pre-built. You know, it's cheaper to buy a pre-built now than,
Well, now, that was quicker.
you know, you can get a better price on your GPU by going through a pre-built.
Now that you've caught a glimpse of First Light, hope you still feel loyal to Monarch's Bluffs. Always ready to roll out the finest car.
Where am I heading to? Okay, we can go out this way and run up that way maybe. Yeah. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff you need to watch out for on the pre-built system if you're looking at a pre-built. And a lot of people, you know, when you're looking at pre-built, they don't take that kind of stuff into consideration. But I thought it was worth putting a video out because everybody is recommending to do a pre-built to get a better price on a GPU right now. I think this is the way I need to go. And I didn't do the Dell and the HP pre-builts and stuff like that because I don't believe you should be looking at those. As far as a gaming PC, they're made of parts that's incompatible with everything else. That's why I stuck with the, system integrators for that video in particular. Now it looks like we've got another one up in that area too we can do. If they'll let me repin it. Fortunately, I avoid it like it's a plague or something, and I build my own machines myself to my needs, but it can be handy for non-influencer of PC building. Yeah, actually I heard Jay's 2 Cents did a video on it, and Cal over there, Bitwit, did it. To where NZXT build, instead of building them for you now, you pay the price. It's like $1,500, $1,600 depending on what system you want. But they'll actually mail you the components and you put it together yourself. I think it's a pretty good option that way. But it seems like you get a 3060 Ti with them. I think that's better than going through NZXT and having them build it. At least you still get the enjoyment of building your own system. And you still ain't paying scalper prices for your GPU. You know, I think it's a pretty good idea that they did something like that. Got one just for the GPU, a 1650 I rescued from an Acer Nitro pre-build I got under 1K. The madness of it is it was a bargain at that price. Yeah, and that's the problem. Just GPU prices is totally outrageous. About the only way you can get a decent price on a GPU, you have to be either extremely lucky or you gotta go through a system integrator to get a decent price on a GPU. You just ain't gonna get one for a decent price without, you know, having to sell a kidney or something to get it. It's just nuts with the way the shortage is, and excuse me, and the way a lot of people is actually that is able to get them for a decent price, and then turn around and reselling them for big profit because it's an easy way to make cash, you know. But it's just nuts. Which I don't know if you've seen it or not, Chris, but earlier in the stream I actually talked about the new 3070 that they Asus got together with Noctua. The thing's funky looking. Looks like someone just took Noctua fans and threw it on top of the air cooler on it. That's a pretty good concept though. You finally get a GPU that matches them oddball Noctua fans. I also put my son's CPU in that PC as well. As it's N30, he now has the 3500 from the Nitro in my old 1052 gig. Yeah, your kid's fairly young, right, Chris? If I'm not mistaken. Man, that's a good little starter system with something like that. I'm sure he ain't into anything real drastic. I've upgraded 2 PCs with it, and my youngest uses it since I rebuilt it with leftovers. Am I heading the right way? Yeah, I'm heading the right way. What am I doing? Collect 12 broken weapons. So I gotta kill these guys and get the broken weapons, huh? Well, I'm glad I'm higher level than these guys is, or this would be a pain. Ouch, got a bunch of you. Got it for cheap, but maybe too cheap. You never get too cheap. And there's such thing as too cheap, is it? There it is. Does not support overclocking through software. ASRock A520 motherboard. That thing is trash. Yeah, I try to stay away from the A motherboards. I don't think the value's there in them. The two cut back, the two, you know, they ain't even really worth putting a system together with, in my opinion. I've never used any of the A motherboards. I've always went with the B motherboards. Just for the price, the A motherboards is junk. I mean, And if you don't watch, you can get really terrible A520 motherboards or A420 motherboards. I've never dealt with them. I've always recommended going with the B series. Just because they are so, I mean, they are so basic it ain't funny. A520 HDV, if memory serves me. Yeah, I mean, they're alright to actually get a system up and going, but they certainly ain't made for long-term use. That's why I've always went with at least the B550s or the B450 motherboards. It's not a terrible pairing with the 3100 he had, or even the 3500, but I would not put anything like a 7 or a 9 in it. No, definitely not. I'm actually thinking about putting a video out about that as well. Talking about that. You know, I know everybody's on a budget. My channel is based on budget builds. But there is a way to overspend on a motherboard, or there's a way to underspend on a motherboard. You know, what motherboard you should pair with which CPU. You know, the A series is made for the Ryzen 3s. You know, the B series is pretty well set up for the Ryzen 5s. You know, and if you, which they could do the Ryzen 7s and Ryzen 9s as well. But you know how to you know, properly get a what am I trying to think of? Balance system. You know, you don't want to put a Ryzen 3 in an X570 motherboard. You know, and I know there's people out there that do it just because they can find them on sale or whatever. And a lot of people putting Ryzen 5s in the A motherboards, and it's just, you know, it really ain't worth the time or the money to do that. But in the same aspect, you don't want to overspend on your motherboard for features that you can't use either. I don't know, I think it'd be an interesting video. I think I could put out pretty good content on something like that. I don't know if it'd do very well, but I think it'd be pretty useful information. Now, as far as I know, there ain't a whole lot of people that's done anything like that. The VRM would not be enough for it. Yeah, and that's what you get by spending a little bit more money on motherboards, better VRMs and stuff like that. It's made for higher processors. But it just don't go for motherboards, it goes for everything in the system, you know, to be able to build a balanced system. Yeah, I think it'd be a pretty good video idea. I ought to do very well, but it really don't matter. Now, there's something people need to actually investigate a little bit before building or buying a PC. would instantly kill the poor board. It would not let the PC boost as a decent. Yeah, exactly. You go for too cheap of a motherboard, you can't get all the processing power off of the out of your CPU that you should have. You know, because the VRMs do hold you back. The MOSFETs hold you back. The basic use, yes, it's a good budget option, but if you want more for your system, B550 or X570 or better X570s are not worth it. Well, yeah, but no. The 570s are worth it depending on what you're needing out of them. 570s got their perks to them that well they're actually worth it. Depending on what you're needing out of them. You know, if you need more lanes, you need, you know, it's like going to a Threadripper. You know, they're good for certain case scenarios, but not everybody's got that the personal need for something like that. Just for the passive of the chipset cooling and a few slight changes and improvements, it's not worth it since they cost more. You know, like I said, it depends on your use case scenario. If you could actually use the better overclocking capabilities of it, if you need the better VRMs, if you need the better power delivery, you know, if you're running a 5950X and you know 128 gigs of RAM, you know, it may be worth going with an X570. But it kind of comes back down to you know, making a balanced system. And a lot of people don't understand how to make a balanced system. Sure, 20% of any damage is dealt as life. Okay, we'll go with that one. That sounds pretty good. Still got 3 people watching me. Welcome, guys. I'm glad you're hanging out on me and watching some gameplay and talking tech with me. I know I got Chris here in the house. Who else we got in the house watching me today? Say howdy over there in the chat if you're watching me. Yeah, I started out. I'm not bashful. I'll talk. Chris, the X570 taught me how to collect my motherboard has an X570 counterpart that it costs about $30 to $50 more, and nothing has really changed otherwise except the HDMI 2 port for the integrated graphics. I'd actually have to look into the motherboard to see what the differences is. But normally, if they put out like a version 2 of a motherboard, they do a lot of upgrades to them that a lot of people don't take for granted, or don't look at it as a possible upgrade path. I mean, you do really have to tear down into the specs of the motherboard to see what the main differences is. Me personally, I don't run an X570. I'm actually still running on I'm actually still running the X470 motherboard with the 3950X. I ain't even running a B550 chipset in my motherboard because the X470 does me fine, you know. You know, it's got everything that I need. I don't have a 5000 series processor, so I don't need the PCI Express Gen 4, nothing like that. Yeah, you're gonna be running an APU. I stick with the B550 chipset. You really don't need nothing like that. The only way it would make sense would be for the upgradability. If you're using the APU right now for just to tie you over, and then you're gonna put like a 5950X in it or something with a powerful GPU or something, then you could possibly justify spending extra money now instead of having to replace the platform later on. You know, it's kind of a personal thing, kind of a But if you actually look at the way the tiers go from motherboards and CPUs, you know, kind of pair them up accordingly. You know, the A motherboards is for your Ryzen 3s, you know, the B's is usually for your Ryzen 5s, 7s and 9s are usually your top tier motherboards. But of course, buying a motherboard could be one of the more expensive ways to blow a budget real quick for something that you really don't need. But most generally for an APU build like the 5600 or the 5700G, B550 would be plenty for you. Unless you, like I said, unless you're looking for the upgrade path for later on or something. Because I'm not too sure about the 5700G, but the 5600G, it don't even support NVMe times 4 speeds. It only does times 3 speeds. So definitely buying something like the X570 with more Gen 4 lanes and 2 PCI Express slots, and you know, all that would be senseless to pair with the 5600G. Where'd you come from? Say goodnight, sit down, relax, take a chill pill, you ain't doing nothing. Come on, get my sword out. Ouch, quit it. Quit beating on me. I don't know why I'm trying to leave here and you guys don't even want me to leave. I'm trying to get out of your territory. Leave me alone. And Intel's kind of the same thing as AMD as far as, you know, pairing your motherboards with the CPU. I gotta go up here in town and talk to somebody. $370 board is for the S, or even $336 for the one I have, which has a lot more than this when I bought mine. Now a B550 at 130, 150, okay. That is fine, but not twice that for an iGPU we use. Yeah, I mean, you could justify the extra motherboard if you, like I said, you plan on upgrade it to a production system or something later on down the road once GPUs become more available. But it is kind of hard to justify spending that kind of money on a motherboard for an APU. I don't know. I wouldn't put a 5600 or 5600G or a 5700G on a X570 motherboard. I stick with the B550 chipset. Actually, the X570 chipset, it don't offer much more over the B550. You know, you have a few more lanes, communication. You have 2 slots for your ×4 NVMe's. You know, so for most builds, I'd recommend a B550. Actually, somebody in the comments this past week, I don't know if you've seen it or not, Chris, there at the beginning when I was going down through the comments, someone was asking me a B450 or a B550 for the build. And, you know, it's like I told them, it all depends on your use case. He didn't mention what processor he was using or nothing like that. It's kind of hard to suggest a B550 or a B450 for a 5000 series build, because you're going to have to buy an older processor to upgrade the BIOS to be able to run your 5000 series processor. So you got to buy 2 processors to do so. Unless you got an extra one laying around someplace, which I know a lot of people don't. But you know, they're spending an extra couple $100 on a CPU just to be able to update your BIOS. You know, which that's what I told them, you know, that's what it said, you know, depends on what your use case scenario is and what processor you're running and if you need the Gen 4 support or, you know, whatever. I didn't really have enough information in the question to give them a straight answer, unfortunately. Now, if you're on a 3000 series processor, B450 would be more than enough. If you want a 5000 series processor, you could run either or, but I'd suggest to go with the B550.
They are usable, but the steel is less durable than I'd hoped. Either way, they will have to suffice for now.
Alright guys, let's get my pretty mug back up there on the screen for a little while. You guys can look at my ugly mug. There I am. Everybody likes looking at my ugly mug. Like those GPUs lately where you have like 5, for instance, SKUs for each GPU value. Yeah. They have, they've definitely took that to extremes, as far as the SKU queues. I got a hatchet and another staff. What staff did it get? It's a fire staff. Better than what I got. I like that. We can go with that. We can rock that for a while. Hatchet, nah, don't use a hatchet on this one. No, that's medium leather. I don't want medium. That ain't no better than what I got. That ain't no better than what I got. I'll hold on to that. We'll put it over there in storage. Cooking, fishing, craft mods. Don't need all that on me. You're like, but why does the F it exist? Yeah, exactly. I guess it's just the way the companies break them down, I guess. I don't know. And it's mainly because of the GPUs when the silicon's put out. You know, the silicon may not be able to hit this SKU, so they put it down as this SKU instead. Because it ain't good enough to, you know, say if it's a 3070 chip, but it won't hit the speed or don't have stability that 3070 needs, they'll make it a 3060 Ti chip. Same chip, just a little bit less performance. I don't know. It's kind of crazy the way they do it, but I know that's the main reason why they do it. And once the silicon's made, you know, they don't know how good the silicon's going to be. So they got to put it in a tier that it fits into. You know, you can't put a 3060 Ti chip in a 3070 because it won't perform like a 3070. Yeah, just milking the cow as usual. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Well now, it's been an age since I laid eyes on one of these. It brings back many memories. Not all of them painful either.
Complete quest.
Well done. You have the structural components for your Asus staff. Now, you need an element that's a little harder to come by.
Oh yeah? What makes it so hard to find?
Because, in order to tap into living Asus, you need something living. Not only that, but something with vast, untapped potential. You need a living seed of the angry earth.
How am I supposed to get that?
Won't be easy. The angry earth are strange, unpredictable, and, well, angry. But there was a woman once, at least so she appeared, and she could commune with the angry earth.
She give you the seed before?
No, I'm afraid not. Our methods were somewhat cruel, but impossible now. If this woman still exists, you will find her to the north, in Everfall. I think that's where you should stop.
It's where I should start. Maybe I don't want to start in Everfall. Maybe I haven't been to Everfall. Maybe I can't fast travel to Everfall. You ever think of that, old man? Maybe I don't want to have to walk 300,000 miles to get to where I need to go. Alright, let's see here. You gotta go all the way up there. All the way up there. Why is there two different spots marked? Yeah, well, guess we'll figure it out when we get up there. What's this? If you're 4 meters away from your target or more. Okay, we'll go with that one. That sounds pretty good. What the hell did I do? Okay, up to Everfall we go. Can I fast travel, or do I have to walk it? I'm running out of ease off. Running out of the money to be fast traveling here. Right now I listen to you and I play an Android game on my PC with BlueStack 5 Android emulator. Oh yeah, I've used that BlueStack. What's the name of it? I got a game on my phone that I play all the time. Boom Beach. That's it. I play Boom Beach all the time on my phone. I actually used that BlueStack to be able to play it on a computer. I haven't done it some time though, but I used to. Where's my green question mark? It says I got a quest in here to turn in. But thank you for at least listening to me. The Simpsons tapped out in the title of the game. The Simpsons. Simpsons. Yeah, that name. Yeah. They in here? Nope, they're not in this building. Where the hell are they at? I hate these towns. They confuse the hell out of me. Especially when you've been to 2 or 3 different ones. They're all laid out differently. Here's one I can pick up.
Hello.
Hey, you need me to go collect something for you. That's always. Oh, he's up top.
How
Hold on, let me guess. You're not long here on the... You did. You've done many enormous favor then. Ah, the majesty, of course. But then you just see the possibility of my work. Well done.
Country intelligence. Got a little bit better elemental rating, but the thermal rating is down, and we'll stick with what I got. And that's medium. We'll get rid of it. We don't need it. Alright. I think I got everything done around here I need to get done. I guess it's about time to go back to the main storyline. Sorry guys, I got a message here I need to answer. Homer destroys Springfield in a nuclear plant accident because he was playing games on his tablet. That sounds familiar. Sure that ain't real life? Oh, let's see how far we gotta run. We gotta run all the way up there. Gotta run all the way up there. We got a long run ahead of us. You gotta love MMOs. Am I heading the right way? I don't think I'm heading the right way, am I? I need to go back here. Need to head this way. Need to go this way. Yeah, I've learned from playing this game, if you try to go straight line between here and there, you really can't usually do it. There's usually deep water that'll drown you, or there's mountains like that you gotta try to climb. And it's just easier to stick to the roads. If you guys are wondering why I stick to the roads while I play here. But that's why I do it. Sometimes I go off the beaten path, but usually you end up with a big old mountain or something you gotta try to climb. Guess I am leveling him up pretty good because he's already up to... Why you a quest? Why is the bunny a quest? Try the new Resident Evil mod for the old PC version. It's called Quinto's Uncut. It's a very funny one. I don't get much into the mods. I don't play Resident Evil either. I normally don't get much into modding the games. Kind of rather enjoy the games for how they created it and how they want it. You know, how they want you to do it. You know, even GTA 5, whenever I was playing this heavily, I never got into all the mods and stuff. Maybe it'd be funner if I did, but I just never got into that modding of the games. No wonder this thing's going crazy. Sorry guys, my phone's going crazy right now. They got me in the middle of a group chat on Facebook. Talking about the holidays coming up and all that good happy stuff. Try and get the family together. You know how that goes. Of course, I guess I'm kind of lucky with my job. When I do go back to work, I get the holidays off, so. I don't really have to worry about my schedule. I just have to worry about everybody else's. Alright. Looks like there's a fast travel point over there. Apparently I don't have that one. It ain't showing up on my map, or it's in the other section. One or the other. Yeah, run! Run! Somebody's chasing me. He's still chasing me. I don't know if maybe I ought to set up a camp or not. Guess I should, just in case I die. I don't have no green wood, I have no flint. Of course I don't have nothing like that. Why would I have stuff like that on me? I don't need a bush, I need flint. There's me some flint. There's me some flint. There's me some flint. There's me some flint. Is that what I need? I don't know how much of each one I need. That's more than enough. Set me up a little camp here just in case I die. Looks like I still got 2 people watching me. Glad you guys are enjoying the content and hanging out with me today. Looks like I need to go back down and around to this one. Down this way and then back up and around too, it looks like. Be my easiest way to get into it. I don't know why I got 2 number 1s though. Up this way? Up this way, 71 meters. I think of the lady I gotta talk to. Yeah, right there. I ought to run across that mountain right there and get that fast travel
Tread on
point.
what was once hallowed ground.
And then I gotta go back and forth from this point quite often.
It is misguided. Go back to your settlement. No surprise. Your kind are always speaking, never listening.
Exactly.
That is why so few of you can hear the whispers of the angry earth.
Maybe we don't want to listen to them.
You are wasting your time and mine. What this land needs is fewer humans, time to heal, and a working Azoth fountain that is easy to be blocked.
Maybe we can help each other.
I am quite familiar with the true meaning behind the words when humans offer to help. You have arrived at a fortunate moment, however. Our needs outweigh our distrust.
Yeah, what she said.
The flow of Azoth that feeds this fountain comes from the caves nearby, where I suspect it has become blocked. Get it flowing again, and I will at least listen to what you have to say.
Oh yeah? That's awful nice of you. I wonder where that fast travel point's at. Way up in this area someplace, I figure. I see the blue light from it. I don't know how far of a run it is. It ain't marked on the map until you actually go discover it. If I'm remembering correctly, I gotta go back and forth to this lady several different times, so it'd probably be worth going and finding it. You gonna be aggressive, puppy? Apparently the puppies ain't very aggressive. That one is. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? Give me your coat and your meat. And it wasn't too far of a run to get it. Ain't too bad. There we go. Now we can fast travel back and forth. Now which way do I gotta go? Now I gotta go down that way. That worked out alright. Now I gotta get that fountain flowing again. Since we're right here, we'll go this way. Let's run, 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 run. I'm doing pretty good. It's been almost 3 hours I've been live streaming today. Whoops. Wrong weapon. Oh yeah, fire is good against these guys. Fall over. Fall over. Fall over. There you go. There you fell over. There's a life staff for me. I'm not really liking those multiple choice answers in games. Often it commits you to one path you may or may not like, and it's not even clear where it leads to. Exactly. This game's pretty well straightforward. I'll actually give you one. It gives you 2 answers, but the one don't finish the quest or accept the quest. Cut down the tentacles. There's the tentacles. These guys pretty good against fire. I'll probably do better with the sword against these tentacles. If he don't quit beating on me, I ain't gonna have a chance to smack him. Wow, them guys whipping up on me. They don't like me. For some reason, they don't like me. Hey, quit. Get away from me. Yeah, they didn't like me very well. I need to regroup and think this through again. It's worse in single player games. Yeah, single player games is a lot worse about that. Which this one here, I kind of play this one here as a single player game. Besides, there's some quests that you have to do in a group. Now I don't do PvP, so I don't like PvP games. I don't like going player against player. I think I'd do alright against this guy if the little guy wasn't there. It's kind of hard to block both of them and doing different strikes. It's almost like this game wants you to play tank, because the tanks be about the only thing you could actually do much good with. The way they keep piling up 4 and 5 of them on you at one time. Okay, there's 2 of them down. You gotta get 1 more of them. Oh, I should have healed up some. Oh well, let's go do it. I don't know if I can block this guys or not. Okay, there's all 3 of those. Destroyed, clogged, something or another. Hey, I got loot laying over here. Imagine that. I got loot. And these things is inside this little cave over here. I gotta go destroy. Ouch. Oh, and of course the tank was back, so he's hitting me on top of having 3 other guys on top of me. Ouch. Pretty bad you gotta kill something that beats you up at the end. Three people watching me. Welcome in. Glad all 3 of you's watching me. I hope you're enjoying the gameplay here today. I guess when these things play, you just have to take the damage, because there's no way to block against them. There's no way to jump from them. Alright, run! Run! Let him chase you. Run! You gotta get up here. Run! Run, 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 run. Look at all them people following me. They don't want me bad. They don't want me bad. No, you don't. Sit down. Relax. Sit down. I don't need you. Look, the fountain's flowing now, lady. Talk to the angry earth.
Well, the fountain is running again, so you've either been blessed with good fortune or you actually followed through. I'm curious, however, what caused the blockage?
Corruption in the mines.
Corruption, blocking the flow of Azov through earthly passages. Impossible. There must be another explanation, but I will look into the matter myself.
That's good, you do that.
You have done your part, so I will hear what you came here to say. But I warn you, I have no sympathy for the plight of humans in the battle against corruption.
Of course
It's
not.
our fight.
I need a seed.
Do you even realize how much you ask? How much your kind has already taken? The angry earth will want to know the truth. Do you plan to use this seed to fight corruption?
Yes, I do.
You are honest, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
We loathe deceit. Perhaps on that account I will make your request. But tell me, do you know why humans fall to corruption, but the angry earth does not?
Not entirely, no.
Because corruption's power feeds the ego, your kind's great weakness. Angry earth has no ego, and that is how it offers protection.
Oh yeah?
This tincture recipe. I believe it will help you.
Imagine this. If I didn't have ego, I wouldn't fall to corruption. Huh. Imagine that. I didn't know I had an ego. So now what do I gotta do? I don't understand. Acquire pedicalfs. Acquire river crust stems. And this is things they don't tell you where to find them at. I guess I'd go back to town and just find me, go to the trading post. Probably be the easiest way to do it. If I go over here next to this body of water, I can probably find them river crusts. And the pita calves, I have no idea where to find them. I know what they are. They're a plant that you gotta harvest, but I have no idea where you find them at. Am I heading in the right direction? Yeah, I'm heading towards that body of water. I'm not too sure where you find the petrol caps at. Or the petrol caps. The river crust is usually around water. Of course, there's corruption around. Nah, it's just area. Just a foggy area. I'm in Brightwood. I don't have a standing in Brightwood. I shouldn't be in Brightwood yet. Of course, I ain't gonna find no federal river crust. Of course not. Why would they give me what I need? They can't do that. It takes the fun out of the game. I don't know if that's a federal quest. Nah, that's an enemy. Yeah, there's level 27 guys. I shouldn't be in this area. Which one? Which town am I at the end on? I got 3 minutes before I can go to the end. Interesting. I don't know, I need to get out of this area because apparently I ain't gonna have no pedal quests around here. Look at the name of the plants since you see them when you run around maybe. Yeah, there's certain areas that has certain kind of plants to it. And there's certain areas that you can usually find them pretty easy in. But, I don't remember having to find all these last time. Maybe I can find some river crust down this way. That's a mining spot. That ain't a river crust, I don't think. Yeah, that's a spirit stone. That's a spirit stone. Don't need a spirit stone. I need to get away from all these guys before they kill me. Lay down. Leave me alone. I think this one right here is a river crust. There's a river crust. I don't think it'll give me 3 stems though. Gave me 1. Run! I'm just trying to collect plants, man. I don't want to fight you all. Would y'all go sit down someplace already? I mean, you know, really? I can't wait for that one river crust to respawn again. I'll be sitting here all night trying to get them 3. Petal caps. River crusts. Go lay down someplace already. Oh, I'm not picking on them. I'm just trying to run through. Oh. Yeah, when you look at the plants, they tell you what the name of the plants is. But like that one right there's a flaming glory. Or dragon glory. The river crust is usually around water. I just don't know where the petal caps should be at. Petal caps are generally found in grassy lands and wooded areas. The areas around Windward is a good place to store it, though you can find them scattered as far as northeast Keys. A quick search on Google gave me this as an answer. Alright, so I need to run all the way back to Windsward. I think I'll just wait till my recall to end comes up and I'll recall it to the end and now see what I can find. There's Everfall. I'm not even really sure where Windswood is. Now let's see here, Windswood. I think that one's down there. Yeah, I gotta go all the way down there. Can I recall it to the end yet? Yeah. There we go. I probably have them in storage someplace. Yeah, let's put my ugly mug back up there on the screen. I'm sure y'all want to look at my prettiness. Let's search the my storage, see if I got them in storage. I probably do. Well, if I can find storage, it'll be in good shape. Yeah, wrong town, wrong area. Storage in this town's up this way. There we go. Let's see here. Get rid of all this stuff. Nah, medium armor, nope, don't want it. Light armor. A little bit better, we'll take that. 278, 257. Keep the other one. What we got here? Pants and a shield. Now we don't need the shield. We don't use shield on this character. Them's heavy. Don't want heavy. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That's a quest item. Let's see here. We need plants, right? There's a river sting. Maybe I don't have any. Well, let's go over here to the trading post, see if we can just buy what we need. What do we need? Pedal cap. Pedal cap. There we go. Yeah, we need 3 of them. There we go. Yeah. What else do we need? We need two more river crest stems. River crest stems. And we need 2 more of those. We'll take that. There we go. Does that give us everything we need? Craft a corrupted at an arcane depository. Okay, where's that at in the town? Nah, that's the kitchen. That one's over there. Okay. So we gotta find it, and then we gotta build it. Man, you gotta love it. You gotta love them. You gotta love MMOs. If you don't love them, you shouldn't be playing them. We don't need a weapon out in town. I don't think I'm gonna get attacked. I don't think. What am I needing to build? I need water. Where's the well at in this town? I know there's a well around here. Every town has a well, and usually they give you water. There it is. There's the well. Let's get us some water. We need some water. I thought they said I had everything I needed. Alright. Now we got everything we need. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Well, let's make 2 of them. We need 1. We'll make 2. We've got enough supplies to make 2, so we'll make 2. There we go. Alright. Let's go throw everything else in the bag in storage. I think I got extra water on me that I ain't needing. Oh, I need to craft 3 of them? What? I don't have enough supplies to craft 3 of them, did I? I only had enough to craft 2 of them. Okay, there's all 3 of them. Thought I only needed to craft 1 of them, but apparently I needed 3 of them. Gotta love MMOs. Gotta love them. What else do we got here? We don't need all that water. Still got pedal caps left. Basic food, we better keep the food. Alright. Now I gotta fast travel back up to her here. This is why I wanted that fast travel spot. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Saved me a little bit of walking, I guess. Lay down. Be a good puppy and die already. I don't know why you think you gotta attack me anyway. So I wasn't doing nothing to you. I was just trying to walk past you. There comes your buddy. We'll flamethrower your ass. Now I'm getting close to tapping off on the Asiahorse. Ah, how I didn't know I had that much. Run, turkey! Die, turkey. We'll kill him just for the fun of it, just because we can. Chris McGraw, the plant looks like an artichoke. Oh, is that the one that looks like the artichokes? Okay, it worked out. We got it. We got what we needed.
There now. That will afford you some protection, whether or not your request for the seed is granted. I communed with the elements while you were away, but they have not yet given an answer. Your sincerity has impressed me. That is the only reason we are still speaking. But I think it will take more than sincerity to earn the trust of the angry earth. The Ebonbrock caverns nearby are overrun with the corrupted. While they may pose no direct threat to the angry earth, they are a scourge on the land.
You want me to drive them away?
That may be impossible, but be merciless. Destroy as many as you can. Look for any clues as to where else they plan to spread their pestilence. You may well have need of the tincture I taught you.
Uh-huh. Okay, where we gotta go? You go all the way up there. Gotta go all the way up there. Master, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you still going, Dave. I've been out to the parents for dinner, and now I'm putting Fallout on. Nice. Gonna start enjoying that game a little bit, are you, Max 1878? Glad you at least stopped back in and said howdy to me. I'm actually think I'm going to hang it up for the day. I've been going for about 3.5 hours. I think I've had enough streaming for one day. I got some other stuff that I need to go do. If I get around to doing it, I doubt it, but I got other stuff I need to do. Now let's get to a town here someplace. Don't matter which one really. Where am I at? I'm right there. We'll fast travel down to this one since we got a lot of fast travel money right now. 5 viewers watching. Welcome in, guys. I'm sorry, you guys. You catching me kind of towards the end, getting ready to hang it up for the day. I've been going for about 3.5 hours, and you ask me, that's plenty. Yeah, but I think I'm going to hang it up for the day, guys. Like I said, it's been about 3.5 hours. That's plenty of the stream for one day. I don't know how well it'll do for the channel here, but I've surely enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys came and hung out with me. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the information you got from the last stream if you've been watching since the beginning. Second run through for me, just doing this before the Skyrim re-release. Yeah, they say that Skyrim's pretty good. I've never got to play it either. There's it's got a pretty good following to it. It's supposed to have a pretty good storyline behind it. But I think I'm going to wrap it up for today's live stream, guys. Thank you all for hanging out with me on this Saturday. If you like this kind of content, go down and give me a thumbs up. If not, there's that thumbs down button. There's that comment section below. I go through them every weekend here on Saturday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturday morning. If you really like this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell where you're notified next time I put out a video. I go live here on YouTube. And also, there's links in the description for Instagram and Twitter. I don't carry your inbox, but I do put up photos of new stuff I have coming in, give you an idea of what's going on and coming up on the channel. Or if I got to change or cancel my live stream for any reason, it's where you also get that information. With all that being said, you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream.